Hey guys, this is a few minute rant. If you would like to leave us a suggestion or a topic, that would be greatly appreciated. You can tweet us with a hashtag of few minute rants, or you could just leave a comment here under the video.
Taco Bell. I love tacos, but Taco Bell's, it's declined.
Fast food has declined.
Yeah.
Especially for me, man. When I was going to the gym, I was eating extremely healthy. I was making meals, preparing throughout the day, stuff like that. And I went to Taco Bell because I was so hungry and I had no time to eat anything. Oh my gosh. I seriously regretted that.
Yeah.
Let me just swallow an atomic bomb. Go.
Yeah. There's a lot of memes out there where it'll show like a mountain of toilet paper and it's like about to go eat Taco Bell. I mean the reality is I think it's declined significantly. And like regular like tacos are good. Now I will still eat, Taco Bell and do the whole fast food thing from time to time when I'm like I don't want to put any effort into my meal. But then at the same time, I would be more, I'd be just as willing to like eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So
what's nice is that I think a lot of people are starting to be conscious about what they're eating, which is good. I really think that I've noticed a difference, man. People are starting to eat healthier. There's this big organic boom, which is cool. It's interesting how, what defines it as organic. It doesn't have to be completely organic. There just has to be like a few things to label it as organic and legally by the FDA or whatever. But what I would really encourage you guys to do? Grow your own food. Go in your backyard, build yourself a little planter or a greenhouse, and start growing your own food.
Yeah.
There's a nice joy that you get to experience when you start growing your own food. You see your tomatoes starting to develop and they're getting ripe, and man, it's just so good to eat fresh food. Just think, even fresh fruit at the grocery store. How fresh is it really?
Yeah.
It's definitely not like they just picked it. Yeah. And then here you go.
It actually, like the majority of food in the like fruits and whatnot in the grocery store are picked when they are underripe, and they will ripen in the trucks.
Yeah.
And so they're like, fresh ripe, but the reality is, fruit is better when it has ripened on the vine or on the tree or whatever. Like seriously, it's like when you eat a pineapple in Hawaii that was like picked ripe that morning, dude, you realize pineapple's supposed to be sweet, no sour at all.
I need to experience that. I've never been to Hawaii.
It's amazing. If you get a chance to eat like fruit that is ripened on the tree or on the vine or whatever, absolutely do it. It blows your mind. It's amazing.
When I lived in Illinois, we had 3 apple trees on our property, and we hated it when it was ripe because my mom would make me, my brother, and my sister go out there and pick every single freaking apple from those trees, so she can make her apple butter jam and stuff, which is delicious. I love apple butter jam. But we would also do fun things like, no joke, man, we would take our water balloon launcher and we would launch the apples at each other. Whoa. We lived on 5 acres, and it was like just a giant square of 5 acres. Nice. And we would play until the sun went down, and we thought it was fun to be on the other side of the yard and still launch apples in the dark. I mean, we'd be like standing there with this stick. This is kind of no.
This is the stack of our empty acorn pods.
Yeah, nothing else. But literally, I would stand there with this stick, and we would hit the apples as they would come by, but then it would get dark, and we wouldn't be able to see them, and they would it would be like a line drive at us, and we would hear them start rolling through the grass, and it would just like zip right through the grass. And we just started to get real nervous because we can't see these things. And man, you get hit by one of those apples, you're done. Yeah. You don't want to play no more. You're like, this isn't fun.
It's like getting hit with a baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's like a little sticky because it's a ripe apple.
Yeah.
And then you get those nasty ones that are like getting old.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, why'd you do that? Why'd you launch that?
I love apples, man.
They're good. Man, we on the edge, there was probably like 7 more acres of a forest. And on the edge of our entire property were like these monkey thorns. That's what we called them. I don't know what they really are, but they had raspberries growing on them and blackberries. And man, it was so good. Our neighbor would be like, hey, go pick me as many of these as you can. And she would make this bomb pie. Man, Rhonda, I love that. I want some more. I will go back there, pick some berries for you to bake me a pie.
And he's going to share this video with you too, so.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Dude, fresh food is amazing. Like, dude, even moving away from the like fruit aspect of it. Like when I went hunting, dude, that deer, like the fact that it was like legit like fresher, it was amazing. Now it wasn't like, the best thing ever because it was still frozen. We took it to a butcher and he froze it. But still it was good, And it's processed, pretty quick after.
It's also pretty personal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you took the life of the animal for
ripped its heart out.
Did you take a bite of it too?
I didn't, but
I wouldn't.
Like my brother-in-law was kind of like joking around. He was like, "We were gonna have you like bite the heart," and I was like, "I wouldn't have done it." I mean, like the problem with mine was it was the first shot was kind of bad, so it had like blown the leg out, and then the second shot was kind of like it was like running away, so the second shot was a little off. The heart, like I reached up and it shredded in my hand. So first of all, it was traumatizing. But second, like there was no like oh, here is the heart to speak of. Yeah. But yeah, like when you
it's probably really gamey too, because it was so stressed before it died.
Yeah, probably.
That's why it's good.
That's why like it was my first animal ever. Like it was my first hunting season. There had been other weekends that I'd gone hunting, hadn't shot at anything, but my first animal ever. And so I was like, understandably like. It's called buck fever, where like you like can't get a shot. My brother was telling me that like he was watching the animal do a figure 8 in his scope when he was hunting, and I was like, "That's buck fever. That is exactly what it is." It's really hard because like the animal's adrenaline is going, my adrenaline is going. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to shoot something."
It is. I mean, it's not something easy where you just go out and kill an animal. Yeah. Especially when it's your first time.
Yeah.
I think obviously when you do it over and over and over, it becomes normal.
Yeah.
It's just like anything that you do over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. But dude, that first time I remember I went out and I just went squirrel hunting in my yard or in that forest there in Illinois, and it only took me one shot. It was a perfect shot right under the armpit, so just went right in there into the lung, hit the heart, boom, it was done. It was a quick death, didn't have to worry about it. My brother, on the other hand, he was a lot younger than me, and my sister and then my brother, so he was pretty young, and I was only a teenager when we did this, and gosh, it took him so many shots. It was sad, but skinning the animal, I was a wuss. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And we didn't know how to like skin these animals either.
Yeah.
So when we barbecued it, it was like we barbecued a squirrel. We knew it was still a squirrel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was
squirrels are hard. Like you need a lot of them, and you have little bits of meat that you're putting into like a stew or something.
Yeah. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
It's like dark meat of a chicken.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. Yeah.
But like what's funny is that when I went to skin the deer, and like it was gut shot, so the stomach was open inside there, and you don't want that because it's pretty nasty. But I went in, and like my brother-in-law's dad told me later that he was surprised that once we got the animal open, I just dived in and started pulling the stuff out. He was surprised.
Like gonna Han Solo it, man.
Yeah. He told me that he thought I was gonna puke, which I was glad I didn't. I easily could have seen myself, like if I had maybe had a little bit more food in my stomach, maybe, because the smell was horrendous.
Yeah.
And they don't smell like that normally. Like it's not like the worst thing ever. It's the fact that it was gut shot. Like this undigested food was sitting there.
Well, yeah, because you blow out the intestines and stuff. Yeah. It's gonna stink.
Yeah, it was the worst.
It's gonna be bad. Well, I mean, there's nothing like the smell of death, though, man. That's a smell you can't get rid of.
Yeah, that's the worst. But I mean, as depressing as this episode has been for all of you animal lovers out there, fresh food, it's the way to go. It's the best. Grow your own food. Yeah. Get a hunting license. Be sustainable. Don't just be a taker.
It's nice to know that you can provide for yourself.
Mm-hmm. In the apocalypse. I hope none of that made sense. I'm Endicott. This is Eiler.
I'm going to get rid of this thing right here. No more of that.
This has been all of the ones that we've done. Just this, this is all the Acorn Pods we've done.
We'll probably do more, but I don't think we're going to
stack them up anymore.
We're not going to stack that.